morning. Welcome to the Business Spotlight interview series, and I'm really pleased to be with Børge Andreassen from Prospectus Limited. Børge, welcome.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me, Sanjay.
Really looking forward to this conversation. So let's get right into it. Do you want to tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, what the business's purpose is, and then we'll get into the other questions.
Of course. So I am a board director and a managing director of a business called Prospectus. We are a recruitment business. We work with for-purpose organizations all over the world to find amazing talents for all kinds of positions, from board directors to chief executives, fundraising directors, and entry-level staff, and everything in between. So we really help mission-led organizations to deliver their purpose.
Fantastic. And and you've been going for almost 60 years now, right? What's the heritage?
We've been going for more than 60 years. We were established in 1956. I wasn't part of that team in 1956, but we started out delivering temporary workers to universities in London and did that really well for many years. And then from around sort of 2000, our scope broadened to work with the wider non-profit sector, both in the UK and internationally. So we have since then became one of the leading recruitment businesses servicing the non-profit sector in the UK and outside of the UK as well.
Okay, great. And what would you say your secret to your success is?
I think we have amazing people who really care about what they do. We have a very strong purpose as an organization. We're a B Corp. I think we take really good care of each other, of our team, great collaboration internally. And there's a strong focus on being good at your job and being given opportunities to flourish and to be independent within that. As a recruitment business, we're quite unique because we don't have a commission structure. So people sort of get paid to do a good job. And if the business does well, there's a bonus, but you're not sort of really driven by the next placement. It's about doing a really good job for your clients, your candidates, and being a good colleague. And I think that sort of culture has been absolutely essential to our success as a business.
Okay, so it sounds like a service-driven ethos rather than a lot of recruitment businesses was more sales-driven. Would that be correct?
I would say, yeah, we're definitely service-driven. We're really focusing on doing a great job, but obviously sales is a part of recruitment. And I think sales is really important. I love sales. I think it's about solving problems for clients and supporting bringing our candidates and our clients together. And I think when you work with clients to do such a good job on different social issues, intractable challenges, and so on, finding the amazing talent that they need to solve those problems sort of becomes actually a purpose in itself, right? So I think it's about the combination. As we obviously a business, we are a profit-seeking business. We want to do well for our staff, for the owners, but it's finding that balance, I think, is what's really critical. Okay,
great. Børge, could you share us a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey? What the milestones have been, and maybe some of the lessons learned along the way?
You know, I've never necessarily thought of myself as an entrepreneur, but I have started teams. I've started new service areas within the business, and I think really it is about understanding the need, and being in the right place and creating the opportunity. So we set up a board recruitment business within Prospectus a few years ago, and that's doing incredibly well. It's really sort of, I would say, driven a shift in that market in terms of how organizations recruit boards and trustees to their organizations. But I think that was really spotting an opportunity and taking that to market and kind of convincing the client base that this was something that would add real value to their organizations. More recently, we set up a global team, which basically recruits for opportunities outside of the UK. And again, it was kind of working with clients who came to us and wanted us to support their recruitment who weren't in the UK, and then sort of actually here's more of an opportunity and start building a team from that. So I think that's a combination of being opportunistic, but also spotting, having the right opportunities there, and then sort of servicing that and adding the resource you need to drive that forward. I think a lot of it is about having the right people in place, the people who can sort of drive the business forward with you and for you, and also yourself as the leader, kind of doing what you ask other people to do and be on the forefront of certainly driving that initially.
Right. So the culture of leading by example. And you were telling me that you and several colleagues actually bought into the business. Do you want to just comment on that?
Yeah, so a few years ago, our current chair, who was then chief executive, obviously wanted to develop the business further, and having been in the business for a long time, felt it was the right thing to sort of extend the ownership and think about the future of the business. So 5 of us bought into it, and we're now 6 owners of Prospectus. And that was a super interesting journey, because we completed our MBO in August 2019, and in March 2020, the sort of pandemic happened, as it were, and there was a lot of challenges for us from that. But I think it also brought us together, both as a leadership team, as a board, and as a business more widely. So it's a bit of a crash course in leadership and sort of MBA in action. But I think as a team, we were able to steer the business through, and we are now bigger than we were before the pandemic. So I think we handled that as well as we could.
Excellent. Yeah, I was going to come to the question of challenges. What the biggest challenges you faced, and what did you do to overcome them? So the pandemic clearly was one. Is there any others you'd quite like to highlight?
I mean, I think what, if I talk a bit more about the pandemic, I think what was actually very interesting about that. So at Prospectus, we identify a few years ago, actually, what are our core values as a business, and they are collaboration, community, and trust. And I think what we were able to do through that was, because the values were real, they actually became part of kind of how we approached that situation, which was challenging for us and many other businesses. And people really came together. They trusted each other, they collaborated, and we created a community. We didn't create, the community was there, but we were able to build on that community when we weren't together anymore, because everybody was obviously in this type of environment. And as leaders, I think it was genuine. It was really the way we were. So we didn't have to sort of do something that we hadn't already done. But obviously it was a tough time for us and the business, but everybody pulled together and we got through it. I think obviously other areas that have been challenging for us, if we think about the sort of journey we've been on, I would say going through the MBO as a business and sort of some of the changes from that, of course, have created challenges and opportunities. But I think again, it's really about being focused on what you want to achieve as a business, how you work together, and get the best out of different people. And I think then you have then the success will sort of follow from that. So I think there are different things at any given time, but with good leadership and sort of again working to those values, I think that's put our business in a really good place.
Excellent. So what's inspiring you going forward?
You know, I'm really lucky that I work with some amazing colleagues, some fantastic clients out there who every day are doing some great work on, whether that's in terms of climate change and sustainability, in terms of homelessness and so on. So there's so many different issues that our clients work on that I think are important, and to be able to help them find the right people, whether that's at board level, leadership level, to solve those problems and drive those organizations forward, I find huge inspiration from, and that's a real sort of driver for me personally. But of course, on a day-to-day basis, it's a lot about the colleagues, it's about the small successes, and kind of blending that with the long-term growth plans you have as a business, so that you have the little steps and the little successes on the way to where you want to go. Both in my private life and in work life, I always think that the road is as important as the destination, and which is why I think like if you just keep focusing on the end goal, I think you can easily lose sight on the little things on the way. And every day comes with its little opportunity, challenges, and irritations, and joys and pleasures. And I think you just have to take all of that and try and be positive about it.
That's a fantastic philosophy, Børge. So you were mentioning before that you do a lot of work with non-profit and NGOs, but also you're seeing a trend in across business towards those kind of issues, philanthropic and sustainability, and corporate social and so on. Maybe just tell us a bit more about that kind of trend that you're seeing and that you service.
I think so obviously we focus, like I said, on non-profits, but we also work with businesses, particularly when businesses are thinking about the kind of broader impact, the sustainability, how they want to engage and be good corporate citizens. And I sort of think that that's what customers want, that's what consumers want. People want to see businesses that are who they say they are and are part of the solution to whether that's climate change, the nature crisis, or other things. And obviously Prospectus, we as a business, we're a B Corp, we are very conscious of our role as an employer and as a sort of a corporate citizen more broadly. So I do think you'll see more people moving between sectors more seamlessly. I don't think you have to work in a charity to have social impact. If that's what you're looking, you can achieve impact working in a bank or in a food business. It's all about how do you work with your supply chains, how do you work with your customers, and how do you as a business ensure that you are not part of the problem but part of the solution. And I think nonprofits have a different role in that. Some of that might be about campaigning, awareness raising. For others, it is obviously about solving very particular issues. So my sense is that it's coming a bit closer, and that's obviously from a particular standpoint where I can see some maybe the best of all these worlds. But I certainly feel that they are getting closer, and there's a lot of will to collaborate between the two.
Lovely. So what's the vision you have for Prospectus in the next 3, 5, 10 years?
So I think for us as a business, it is really about continuing to do great for our clients, for our team. It is obviously a growth journey that we're on, and that is about the impact we have through the people we are able to work with, both as candidates, as clients. So it is very much a growth journey. It's about having more impact through making more great placements, and also being a great place to work where people can develop their careers, where they can learn, where they can thrive, and feel that they're part of something that is bigger than just what's in front of them.
Super. All right. So Børge, as we come to the end of this conversation, are there some words of advice and words of wisdom that you could impart to young entrepreneurs that starting out on this journey, or maybe looking for the next level growth?
I think a couple of things. I would say certainly find your passion, I never thought I would be a recruiter. And I think when I first did it, I thought it was something for a couple of years. But then I started really loving it. And I think if you find something you're passionate about and then you become great at it, then I think the opportunities will just be so much greater. So I think that would be my first thing. And then my second thing would probably be try not to sweat the little things. And that's why I say have an eye on the prize, but think about the road ahead as well. And try to be nice to people. And I think you'll get it back many times over.
Good, simple message, right? Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. Be good, and keep an eye on the prize. I love that, Børge. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up?
No, I would just encourage anybody watching this to consider whether you want, as a business, do you want to become a B Corp? Really do think about how you can be like I said, I like the word good corporate citizen. You're part of a bigger picture. You're part of a solution, whatever that is, and yeah, really think about your role in society. I would say that I think that will add so much value to your business, both for the staff, for your clients, customers, whatever that might be, and I think it will enable you to grow further than you believed.
You're clearly passionate about what you do. Thank you so much. Really enjoyed talking to you, Børge.
My pleasure. Good to talk to you too.